There's been a lot of discussion in the wake of the huge opening of The Hobbit about the merits or otherwise of 48 frames per second projection. Specifically, does 48 frames solve the light loss issues which come with 3D? Now, there's a lot to be said on both sides, very technical discussions generally, but we're joined today by the last projectionist standing, and in fact the UK's leading projectionist, Mr. Dave Norris. Dave, I'd like you to explain for us in very simple terms, and speak to me as if to a small child or a Labrador puppy. Tell me definitively, does 48 frames per second solve the issue of 3D light loss, yes or no?
Okay, Mark, it's very simple and very straightforward.
Good.
Once your local cinema has upgraded its server to play the high frame rate, once they've put an integrated media block onto their projector to handle the high frame rate, because the HD SDI cables that are used for normal data can't take the 48 frames, and regardless of which 3D system they use, glasses-wise, whether it's the polarized glasses system or the shuttered one, they still, on 24 frames in 3D, they are using triple flash system, which flashes in your eye 144 times a second. Now with the high frame rate they are using double flash, and that actually goes at 192 times a second. That's flashing 192 times a second. That's what the rate of its flashing in your eye. On Avatar 2, when James Cameron gets round to making Avatar 2 and 3, he's going to go for 60 frames, and that will be flashing 240 times a second in your eye for 3D. Now, regardless of cutting down the dark between frames, foot lamberts are still the foot lamberts, and the industry spec at the moment is 3.5 minimum for 3D, and at the top end it's round about 7 foot lamberts. That's what you should be looking for on the screen.
We'll just try that again. Dave, tell me definitively, does 48 frames per second solve the issue of 3D light loss? Yes or no?
No.